Well, hi, it's Richard Pearce from Finextra TV, and today I'm delighted to be joined by Rochelle and Helen. I'll introduce you in a moment, but we're coming up for Sustainable.Live 2025, and we wanted to look back on the hackathon that we ran last year. Now, AfriGIS were the winners of the established category, and so we thought it'd be really interesting to understand what they got out of the hackathon last year, and actually, more importantly, what exciting things have happened to the solution since then. So let me do the introductions. We've got Rochelle, she's the CEO of AfriGIS, and we've got Helen, and Helen is the Chief Sustainability Officer. Hello, how are you?
Great to see you again, Richard. We're doing very well.
Very good. Good to see you, Helen, as well. So look, let's get into this. The category that you were working on was enhancing nature through sustainable agriculture, and the technical side of it was geospatial data, the role of AI data and large language models. It's been a year since the hackathon, so remind everyone about AfriGIS in the first instance, Rochelle.
Thanks, Richard. Yes, AfriGIS is a South African-based company, although we do work outside of our homeland, I suppose. We are really a geospatial insights company. So what that means is we really help our clients solve problems with the underpinning of understanding the space in which the problem occurs. So we understand how to solve for any problem in the physical space, the problems that relate to the concept of where and sustainability, water security, all of that tied into so well with the kind of work that we do, because they all obviously occur in a physical space, and understanding what's around those coordinates, how they impact the environment, how they impact commercially the clients that we look after, all is the kind of business that we're in. So it was really fun for us to participate in the hackathon and bring some of our skill sets into the space.
And remind us just a little bit about why you did the hackathon, Rochelle. You were coming in as CEO at the time, weren't you?
I was, and I really challenged the team, and I wanted them to participate on a global stage, because I thought it was a good opportunity for them to test their skills, against some other very prominent organizations, and really stretch the ability that we have from a geospatial point of view into areas such as sustainability, which we hadn't really done up until that point. A hackathon is such a great opportunity to learn and to experiment without really fear of failure. There's no client at the end of it. There's no project that you need to deliver that you might get wrong. It's really just an opportunity to conceptualize an idea, test it out, and get some great immediate feedback from experts in the field along the way. So that was really why we came into the hackathon, and very, very pleased and proud of the team that we ended up winning in our category. So it's really been a great accolade for us.
And the solution itself was an MVP around an agricultural solution for artisanal farmers all the way through to commercial farmers, I think. Can you tell us what's happened to the solution, Helen, since we left you a year ago?
Yeah, thanks, Richard. So what we've done is we've actually taken what we feel is the biggest issue, the biggest concern for agric and the private sector, which is water and water availability. And we've developed a new solution called Resolve Water. And what this is a geospatial solution where you can click on any location in South Africa at the moment, with the idea to expand it to Africa, and get the exact water risk for that location, from everything from what's happening at the catchment level and climate change to what's happening at the water service provider. Because in Africa, most of our water risk actually comes from how water is being governed and managed on the ground. The bigger idea being that you'll be able to click on a location, identify what the risk is, and then also identify what the solution is and who you can collaborate on and scaling that solution up. Our target markets being the finance sector, actually, because the finance sector is very interested in getting into the water space and investing within the space, but they don't understand the solution, or they don't understand the issues and the risk at the country level and the national level. And they also don't fully understand, well, what solutions will actually manage that risk. So we are aiming to provide one single location and platform where you'll be able to click on, get all of that information, and therefore target your financial investment within water. within South Africa and then Africa as a whole. So it's very exciting. We've developed masses of databases around South Africa. We are using AI to facilitate this as well. And we're about to roll out phase 1 of the solution.
Oh, fantastic. So it's really giving the finance industry a view into the business resilience of organizations that are reliant upon water, is it?
Yes, definitely. So, and everything from their agricultural clients all the way through to their food and beverage clients, their pulp and paper, mining. So anyone operating in the private sector be able to build resilience in their operations.
Great. So quite a pivot then from the MVP that you did at the hackathon. And so, Rochelle, you were talking about what the benefits of the hackathon, why you did it, challenge, learn, no worry about failing. And how would you say those conditions allowed you to sort of then pivot to what we just heard from Helen?
It really gave us a good grounding in the kind of data that we might need to build that type of solution, to test availability of data. And also the solution that we built in the hackathon, we used to test against clients. We had a number of client conversations since the hackathon, showed them, the product that we built, and got a lot of feedback about where the actual challenges are and what they would like to solve for. And that's really, how we've conceptualized with Helen on board as well, what the ultimate solution is that the market is looking for. So while we had a concept that we wanted to test, being able to take that concept and put it in front of actual buyers really helped us to understand what they were looking for. And that's how we've pivoted to the solution.
So it gives you sort of, we always say with the hackathon, it's giving you a great opportunity to access, data, a cloud environment, mentors, judges, and as you said, all the sort of subject matter experts to let you sort of test a hypothesis. I mean, if people were worried about joining hackathons, either because they thought they're not technical enough or it's not for them, what would you kind of replay from your experience and encourage people to get involved?
I mean, absolutely. I would first of all encourage anyone to get involved and join a team. You don't even have to bring your own team. There's often roles for non-technical and technical people in the space. So there's certainly opportunity for anybody to participate. We were worried when we came into the hackathon around our proprietary data, because that's something that's, commercially important to us. And ultimately that wasn't a worry at all, because it was well protected, it was well handled within the space. So, even our own fears were allayed in that sense. So I would just absolutely encourage it. You do need some dedicated time. It really helps to have the mentors available and use them and really get their guidance and take that into account. But, anything, I think just the thinking space that you get when you have a set problem that you're trying to solve around the guardrails within a set period, it really can accelerate your innovation, because you're really blocking out that time to think through something, which is not typically what we do when we're operationally, delivering to clients. So I would just absolutely encourage anyone to take the opportunity and spend some time problem solving and being a bit creative outside of the day-to-day.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, look, I think what I really loved about it was your leadership there, to do that, give people time to actually work and be creative and come up with new ideas. And it's shown from the, the creativity of the team and what has been produced a year later. So Helen, give us a sense of what's next. You gave us a teaser there that you're just about to release an early version. Give us a bit more on that and what you expect next.
So definitely our growth strategy is quite large at the moment, Richard, and we've got quite a few partners on board as well, some in the private sector. So we've developed an MOU with the Coca-Cola Beverages Africa, so looking at expanding not only in South Africa but to African operations. And we're in the conversation with a number of banks at the moment and financial institutions to help them manage their portfolios, but also manage their investment strategies in South Africa particularly. And then also looking at some of the organizations such as WWF and looking at how can we support them in their initiatives. So right now there's a lot of arms to this and it's growing quickly. So it's a very exciting space to actually be in, especially with water being such a big issue in South Africa at the moment, and Africa in general.
Fantastic. Well, look, I'm at the Blue Earth Summit today. Paul Van Zyl, famous South African, you may know him, who runs the Conduit Club. He's just been speaking about the importance of water. So you're absolutely on topic, and excited that what you've done coming out of SustainableFinance.live. So Helen, Rochelle, for now, that's a great update. We look forward to hearing more from you. Thanks very much for your time and your future progress.
Thank you, Richard.